Hey there, everyone. It's Gigi Sober Son. September 17th. Step one is we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. This step states the membership requirement of AA. We must admit that our lives are disturbed. We must accept the fact that we are helpless before the power of alcohol. We must admit that we are licked as far as drinking is concerned, and that we need help. We must be willing to accept the bitter fact that we cannot drink like normal people. And we must make as gracefully as possible a surrender to the inevitable fact that we must stop drinking. Is it difficult for me to admit that I am different from normal drinkers? Yeah, I'm glad that I've probably talked about this far too many times before. I'm glad that the first step doesn't say you must admit you are powerless over alcohol. So the musts are, you got to be careful with those, because that's almost saying you have to, what you should do, that kind of stuff that most alcoholics don't like to hear. We're rebellious by nature, and so yes, I must admit, right? But when sharing the message to other alcoholics who aren't sure if they qualify, I could easily say, well, I had to admit that I was powerless over alcohol. In my case, I had to admit that. And here are the steps that I tried. Here are the measures that I took to try to deny that fact. And here are the circumstances that drove me to that realization and that acceptance. And that seems to speak volumes to alcoholics who are on the edge. And really, alcoholics who want to decide it. I'm coming more and more to the realization that I shouldn't waste my time with them. If they want to debate me, I don't have time for that. It's like, if you don't want it, that's fine. And there you go. Meditation for the day. Show us the way, this is a quote, show us the way, O Lord, and let us walk in thy paths, end quote. There seems to be a right way to live and a wrong way. You can make a practical test. When you live the right way, things seem to work out well for you. When you live the wrong way, things seem to work out badly for you. You seem to take out of life about what you put into it. If you disobey the laws of nature, the chances are that you will be unhealthy. If you disobey the spiritual and moral laws, the chances are that you will be unhappy. By following the laws of nature and the spiritual laws of honesty, purity, unselfishness, and love, you can expect to be reasonably healthy and happy. Yeah, and I think I thought about this the other day as I was doing a scheduled park cleanup, right? It's an opportunity for me to do my part to clean up my environment. Sort of global, do my part to clean up the global environment, right? Because when I'm walking for pleasure, I just want to enjoy nature. So it's a matter of focus, right? If I'm walking and I keep seeing all this trash, and I'm looking for trash every day, it gets to be I start getting resentful about the amount of trash, right? So if I'm focusing on the clouds, the sound of the surf, the nature, the birds, the insects, the fish, that kind of thing, I am in more of a serene state of mind. If I'm focusing on the trash every day when I'm out in nature, then I'm resentful, kind of thing. I lean towards resentment. So anyway, I set aside time to do beach and park cleanups every Saturday morning. So last Saturday morning I was walking and as I was cleaning up, and I got this sort of philosophy that came to me, like, it's better that I roam the whole area, right? The whole park or whatever, especially if it's a park that is walkable, and then come back once I collected all the larger items, right? And last Saturday we ended up picking up about close to 100 pounds of debris and waste and garbage and bottles and stuff like that, right? And I kind of attribute that to the fact that I did walk and look for the larger things to get them out of the environment, right? And it's kind of like my drinking, right? So that when, like, I scanned my life to see what was really dragging me down, and for years I knew that it was my drinking. But I had an epiphany one day after drinking all night long, and I was walking with a buddy of mine, and we were talking about all our dreams and aspirations for the future. Well, I had to realize that brought me to myself. I actually feel like I drank myself sober. You know what I mean? I realized that all the dreams and aspirations I ever had, grandiose as they were, I was getting no closer to them because of alcohol. It kind of kept me stuck. It weighed me down, right? So I had to get rid of the largest thing that was keeping me stuck and keeping me small, kind of thing, in my life. And then after that's done, it goes back to we believe a man unthinking who says that sobriety is enough, and then we drill down more and more and more. I shared about this yesterday, I believe. And so it's a matter of focus, right? What do I focus on? Do I focus on aiming up? Do I focus on becoming the best version of myself that I can be? Do I focus on the negativity in life? Do I focus on, because right now it's an election year and everything else, I can really drill down on the negativity or the totality of it, and it can become overwhelming. And without a connection with a higher power, man, it could really bore down on my attitude and outlook on life, right? But if I'm focusing, I had to get that big rock out of my life, the big rock of my active alcoholism, so that I can drill down on other things like gluttony and like so many deal with the internet and all that it entices us to do, whether it's shopping, spending, getting into debt to get so I have more freedom and more God-given ability to address those things and put them in the bag so that I can, or bucket, collection bucket, so that I can take it to my higher power and he can remove those defects of character, right? It's not about me working on it. It's not about me grinding for it. It's about surrendering and just aiming up, If you don't aim for anything, if you aim for nothing, you'll hit it every time. I heard that quote. I don't know who said it, but prayer for the day. I pray that I may try, again, I don't believe in that word, to live the right way. I pray that I may follow the path that leads to a better life. And I would rephrase that to say, I pray that my focus will be on living the right way, whatever that is, aiming up for sure. I pray that I may follow the path that leads to a better life, and getting the big rock of my active alcoholism out of the way, handing that over to my higher power is the most important thing. Everything else after that is academic, but possible. So keep coming back, y'all. I love you. Look up, aim up, rise up.